Hey everyone, Scott here. Today what I would like to go over is the wants versus needs in prepping. So, a little bit of a story here. A good friend of mine calls me up and he knows about me, he knows about what I believe in, he knows that I'm a prepper. So, very few people know, but anyways, here I am on YouTube. So, I guess whoever wants to find out is going to know, hey, guess what? Scott's a prepper. Really and truly doesn't bother me. So, but anyways, he calls me up and says, I look at the world, I see bad things happening, and I want to be more prepared. Okay, cool. So he got his FOID card, and for those of you who are not in Illinois, yeah, it sucks. If you want to buy a firearm, you have to go get a little thing saying that it's okay for you to own a firearm. So he goes and gets it, and he says, well, I want to start off with a firearm. It's like, all right. So I'm talking to him, and I'm asking him, well, what type of firearm are you looking into? He's like, well, I would like to get a rifle, and I would love to get a handgun as well. So he's like, well, what do you think would be best for me to get? So I just flat out told him, I was like, that's up for you to decide. I can't say what you need, best thing to do your own research, and go from there. So he goes to the gun shop, and sadly I was working that day because I really wish I could have went with him. And 3 days goes by. He goes, picks up his toys, gives me a call, and says, hey, you need to come out here. You need to see what I got. It's like, all right. So go on out there. And yeah, he's got a brand new AR, chambered in .308, as well as a Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm in the VTAC edition. Which, by the way, if no one knows what that is, I suggest if you have some money to spend and really want a new, up-to-date, and very, very cool handgun, look into it. The thing is hands down awesome. But I look at him and I was like, oh wow, these are nice. So he's like, yeah, this is my preps. Excuse me? This is what I'm doing for prepping. I'm going to stock up on guns, knives, ammo, and that's it. Okay. I look at him and was like, well, what about water? What about food? Oh, I'm good on food. He's like, okay, show me. So takes me into his kitchen, opens up his refrigerator, and there's like nothing there. He's got like a gallon of milk, he's got cereal. He's like, yeah, this is what I'm going to live on. Well, downside to that is that it all expires and not that far away. So I looked at him and was like, well, what about longer term food? And he's like, well, if it really goes down south, I'm going to join a group. Okay. The ball starts rolling a little bit more. And I look at him and I was like, well, what type of a prepper do you want to be? He's like, one that's well armed. That's when I had to stop and pretty much take a step back. There's nothing wrong with being well armed. Honestly, if you broke into my house right now, you probably would not like it very much because, well, do I own firearms? Yes. Do I know how to use them? Yeah. Going back to the BB gun shootout that I have in a previous video, Grandpa started me at age 6. So, yeah, I've been around him for 25 years now. So, we started talking a little bit more, and he was doing a lot of his research on YouTube, and what's sad is he wasn't looking at the right channels. He was looking at channels that said, be well armed, you'll be fine. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with one of these. And I'll tell you this, I absolutely love this knife. Kershaw Skyline. There's nothing wrong with one of these. Sig Sauer P228. By the way, yes, it was safety checked before I actually handled it for the safety salies out there. And there is nothing wrong with a loaded AR-15 magazine at the ready. But look at your food supply. Does it expire soon? Will it be able to last you and your family for an extended period of time? Look at your water supply. Are you on a well? Are you on public water where if the power goes out, you might still be able to get water, but if there's a water main leak or break, guess what? You're out of water there, possibly. There's a lot of possibilities. And that's one of the downsides to prepping, is because you can't be prepared for everything. I mean, I know some people say, well, I'm preparing for everything. Okay, well, let me see your tinfoil hats. Huh? Well, what if Martians come down? Oh, well, that's ridiculous. Yeah, it is, but at the same time, you didn't know how to answer it. So, what I'm posing to you is, what are you doing to be prepared? You know, are you just stocking up on guns and ammo? And the question is, what happens then? Let's say it's a grid down situation. Let's say it's an earthquake. Let's say anything, okay? You run out of food. Your family's starving. What's going to happen then? There's already going to be people fighting in the streets for food, for water. Do you want to be one of those people? If that's what you want to do, one, please unsubscribe to me. And two, good luck. And good luck finding a group, because anyone who's reputable isn't going to want you in their group. Simply because, well, honestly, first off, I hope and pray that this situation never, ever happens. But if you come to my house trying to steal my food in a very bad situation, I'm going to defend myself, I'm going to defend my family, and I'm going to defend my property and my food. So do you want to be one of those people that actually is going out there fighting to get food? I say no. So what I'm asking you to do is look into your preps. Look into what you have, what you don't have. What do you need? What don't you need? Once again, most of us love guns. Great. But do you also need more canned goods? Are you going to go out buy a brand new Glock? Or are you going to go buy some canned goods at Aldi to be more prepared? The ball's always rolling. So the question is it going to be in your court or theirs? So the question is, what are you doing to be prepared? So just a couple things to think about. And, you know, if there's something you need, track it down, find it, and make it one of your prepping priorities. Okay, guys, well, thanks for listening. I hope you all have a great night, and we will talk to you later. Bye now.